What's going on, guys? It's Pixelated and
P.
And today we are doing a top sneaker purchases video. There have been a lot of sneaker highs and sneaker lows this year, and I'm not just talking about the cuts. 2019 has marked the year, well, there's been previous years, but 2019 has marked the year where your ability to get sneakers is based on your computer science knowledge versus actually knowing about sneakers. So yeah, you know how that goes. Sometimes we cop, sometimes we don't.
True.
Today we're doing a top 6 sneaker purchases video. We might actually go above that because P kind of had a different idea of what she wants to do and I had a different idea of what I want to do. So we're going to talk about the top 6 sneakers, but we're also going to talk about streetwear and other things that we've copped. So for me, I'm going to do top 6 sneakers that I copped for personal, and for her, she's going to just do top whatever she's copped in general throughout the year.
Full umbrella.
And a lot of people, you know, a lot of people are doing top 10, top 20 videos. We don't need to do that because, what's the word? Frankly, because
oh, the word is frankly.
because frankly, not everyone cops a million shoes every year. If anything, most people cop 1 to 2 shoes a year and they wear them until they die. That's why we're gonna do top 6.
And then some.
Yeah, and top 6 and then some.
Yes.
So the video is gonna be top 6 and then some sneakers and streetwear purchases of 2019. And before we get started, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Pixoleated. That's at PICSOLEATED for fire sneaker content. And to keep up with the Pix fam, hit that subscribe button and the like button if you like the video, and hit the notification bell so you can keep up with my uploads.
Content.
Let's get to the top 6 sneaker purchases. Okay, so I'll go first.
Ooh,
my number
fuzzy.
6 on the list is the Clot X Converse Chuck 70 High. They had a North collab, or whatever it's called, I always forget the name. Clot has been doing big things this year, and I haven't been able to cop any of their other collabs, but I was able to get these. I really had to do my detective work and investigate, because Toronto really didn't get any pairs. There were maybe 2 stores that got them, and they get maybe a handful of pairs. So I had to do my digging, and I found a store that was selling them, and I got them the Converse Clot Chuck 70s High, and it's probably my favorite Chuck 70 ever because it's super fuzzy. If you live in Canada, you know that it's perfect to keep your feet warm. It's got the nice little bear fuzz on it, and the coolest part is that it has a zip on the back. It's not the easiest to pull down sometimes, but that means that I don't have to keep unlacing my Chucks, which you pretty much have to do all the time to take a pair of Chucks off or to put them on.
Yeah, it's like a house slipper meets a sneaker Chuck 70.
Yeah, and it's like a polar bear here, and here it's like a regular bear.
True.
Brown bear.
It's like that Sherpa fleece that we've been seeing that was hot this year.
And it keeps you hot.
I'll show them the outsole. The outsole was pretty dope.
Right. And one of my favorite parts is the gum sole, the gum bottom, and Eve's tattoos, Eve's chest tattoos.
Eve's chest tattoo
on the sole
was an inspiration for the outsole.
DMX's actual handprint. That's your 6?
I'm going to show you what I have on hand. So this one is the satin black toes. This was dope. Shout out to Exclusivity. You guys seen the video, hopefully. If not, I won the raffle, the women's exclusive only raffle. I opened up my Instagram exclusively to win the Exclusivity raffle.
Oh yeah, this is when she actually made her Instagram go public.
Yeah, because I
really had to convince her to do it.
True, like if you see, I've kept 1 photo and my last photo on there was 2014, so I really don't use social media. But this is the satin black toes. I got this in my own size. This is actually one that I've kept to stock, however.
Classic colorway.
Because it is a classic colorway. I really love it. So satin black toes.
Alright, so number 5 on my list is the Shattered Backboard 3.0. I know this is a very polarizing colorway just because it's glossy. A lot of people didn't like the fact that it was a glossy Shattered Backboard.
Jason vibes.
Yeah, Leatherface, Jason vibes. Me, on the other hand, I really appreciated it. When I first saw pictures, I was like, they look hideous, but the more I saw them in person and just better pictures, because the original pictures were trash, the more that I saw them, the more I actually started liking them. And I just love how it's glossy and the orange is so vibrant. The vibrant orange laces just make them pop so much better. I love the Shattered Backboard. I love all the Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard shoes and the history behind it. So this one is a perfect addition to that. And I just love how they did the crinkly gloss. You don't see that on anything, really.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for being unique, and this old vintage looking bony midsole just goes perfectly with the rest of this shoe. That's my number 5 on my top 6 list.
Yeah, plus I can really appreciate when sneaker companies think outside the box.
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, maybe obviously there's multiple people on their design team and they probably had some awareness that people might not be a big fan of this, but they still pushed it through anyway. And it was one of those where it changed a lot of people's minds. This is actually one of those dope shoes that you can wear. Shout out to the SBB 3.0s.
Yeah, even though they're not officially Shattered Backboard 3.0s, at least that's what I believe.
So the next one, I actually caught these on sneakers. This is...
She gets everything.
I stopped for some reason. I haven't been copying anything on sneakers anymore.
Not true.
Sneakers app, however.
The app, sure.
Okay. Fine. This is the Nike Sacai Blazer in Legend Blue. I love this one. When they first started leaking out pictures of these, I actually really liked the Blazer even more than the LD Waffle. I love that it like kind of stacks the rubber. I love that it has a texture. Everything is like Jacob, like I call it the Jacob Tutu of sneakers. That is off-white and then it has the double laces, which is really dope. Double tongue. You guys know what this is.
And they did a good job with the quality of the materials.
Yeah, true. It's a really dope shoe. Shout out to Sacai. I know you guys are talking about Sacai a lot. I love that she's a woman designer, so she's really making impacts out here in the sneaker community. Yeah, so there's not many of us out here. So to see her doing her thing, shout out to you. But this is my, in no particular order.
Yeah,
but
for her it's in no particular order.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know. Now number 4 on my list is none other than the Bape X UGG sneaker. I got this in Japan when I was with P. There's nothing bad I can say about this. It's a Bape sneaker that's collaboration with UGG. They've got the nice shirling, the Sherpa material in here. It's got nice suede and you get to see the classic Bape camo just printed all over. It's super warm, so of course again Canadian winters, this is perfect. And look at this chunky, super chunky midsole. Keeps you super comfortable.
Adds 2 inches. Shout out to the short boys out here. I recommend this shoe for you.
Vertically challenged individuals out there, this would be the perfect shoe for you. You hear a lot about Ultra Boost and all the Boost cushioning and how comfortable it is. This is probably better than Boost for me. Yeah. This is the one thing I would, just because they don't release sneakers very often and they don't release it with this, I can't say that, oh, this is better than Boost because it's not as widely available, but this is the exception to the rule. It's also got a lot of sentimental value for me, and I hate to be one of those people. I'm not a very sentimental value type of person for products, but this does have sentimental value to me because he and I got these when we were in Japan.
Yeah.
Our first trip was our second trip to Japan. We've always wanted Bape when we were younger, and now that we're able to cop it, we bought it in Japan.
And that just so happens to be mine as well. Mine's at the door.
She wore them here.
Is also my top cop as well, the Bape Uggs. I don't think I've seen Uggs having this in their normal footwear line. I know with the winter release, they do have like the Numel and the Tasman. Those were actual
just
Ugg
blew
shoes.
it out of the water with Bape, with the entire Bape Ugg collab.
True, yeah. They've kind of like diluted their brand. However,
with a lot of worse collabs.
With UGG, they really did their thing. With this, like I was mentioning, I don't think UGG had their own version of this particular sneaker. This is the first time I'm seeing this type of sneaker as well with Bape. They did their Apestas, the Chucks, they did their Air Force One type
and the Bapestas.
So I really like this. Actually, the most comfortable pair of shoes I've ever owned. Super comfy. I love that it's a neutral color, so you can literally toss it with anything. And yeah, you just look fleeky with it. It looks dope, and like the traction is really cool too. So
yeah, traction is there too. Actually, shout out to Bape.
It's a dope shoe.
Yeah. Number 3 on my list is the Nike X Sacai Waffle. I took an L on this, but I was able to cop it early on where it didn't cost me too much. It still cost a bit, but it didn't cost me nearly as much as what it's going for now. Once again, Nike X Sacai, amazing collaboration. Chitose Abe killed it with this double layered
Jacob Tutu.
The double layered Jacob Tutu looking concept, the double tongues, double swoosh, putting 2 whole silhouettes together and actually combining them together, this wedge. A lot of people love to hate it. As you can see, I have been wearing mine a lot. Maybe, yeah, as you can see.
True. That's like my favorite word today, it seems to be.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. P is probably gonna tell you more eventually. So yeah, that's my number 3.
Eventually meaning now, I'm gonna tell you about mine.
And remember when she said she doesn't cop off Nike sneakers?
This was actually when Sneakers CA or Canada was first introduced. So I think this was the first shoe to release on Nike CA, if I'm not mistaken.
Sneakers CA.
Nike Sneakers CA, my bad. They dropped this. We do 6 a.m. drops here in Canada. So this is a sneaker. I got all the lint on the thingy, heel cup. Funny thing is, I actually copped this, and I also copped the white colorway. 3 colorways dropped. Unfortunately, Nike canceled that one, but this is literally, it's wintertime and I'm still wearing the shoe. That's how much I love it.
Yeah, she takes a lot of risks wearing these in the winter because obviously the mesh is really thin. That's another thing I forgot to mention. The mesh is really thin, so I'm not a big fan of that since I did spend a bit to get my pair. But overall the design is so cool that I allow myself to overlook the really thin knit, the really thin mesh.
It's really one of those shoes that I'm contemplating. If I were to sell something, let it go, I would probably end up copying one of these again because time and time again,
green ones.
Yeah, time and time again, this is a shoe that I've fallen in love with. I ended up falling in love with this one more so than the Blazer, simply because this shoe, in regards to my style, the way that I like my shoes to kind of look on my feet, I tend to like the lows or the runner type of shoes. So this is definitely a staple for me and will continue to be in 2020.
Too.
Yeah, the Sacai LD waffle.
Number 2 on my list of top sneaker purchases 2019 is the Nike X Fear of God shoot around in the light bone colorway. Now, I didn't actually buy these. I was gifted them by P, the beautiful P, and so technically, since I got them in 2019, I consider them, let's not say purchase, but like sneaker that I got in 2019.
Cop.
It's easily one of my favorite shoes this year. It's so comfortable. It's got so many, you know, luxury premium hits, and the look is just so out there. I think this is so super underrated. People love the Fear of God ones and kind of shun these to the side, and I think that's the wrong thing to do. There are a lot of things on the shoe that I like more than the Fear of God ones, like these loopy laces. You don't get that on Fear of God 1. It's not as practical just because it kind of goes over the zipper area, and then you do one of these to zip it up, but it's not that big of a deal. I love the toggle here. It doesn't have the whole lace system like the Fear of God ones. It's very seamless, and on top of that, you can take this strap right here,
loop it to the
loop
back.
it like that,
and you look like an astronaut.
Yeah, these are literally like space shoes once you do one of these.
Really cool construction. I call them the more wearable brother to the Fear of God ones.
It's not really a name.
It's my colorway name for this shoot around silhouette. I call it the wearable brother.
The wearable brother.
Yes, yeah. And the light bone, it's my favorite of the Fear of God colorways. Just super clean with the light gray.
Yeah, it's definitely more versatile because it's not as high cut. So there you have it. That's my top 2.
Here is a top cop. Of course, maybe you've seen these. These are the reflective citrons. I caught these on Yeezy Supply simply because it's a top cop for me because I really got lucky on this one.
It was a difficult cop.
Wasn't an easy cop. They tend to make them more limited. That's kind of the whole point of them being reflective. Now we've seen Kanye kind of pushing that more with the recent colorways. There's always been a reflective counterpart. This is the citron. It's casual. It's easy to style. It's one of those like light browns. You kind of see a lot of these because they all have been looking similar lately, like the Landmark.
You know what? The more I look at these, the more they remind me of Oxford
Sesames.
Tans.
Oh yeah, low-key.
Like the OG V1 Oxford Tans.
Yeah, because it has that kind of tinge to it. The top cop for me, yeah, I got these on Yeezy Supply.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
And now for my top 1 of the top 6 sneaker cops of 2019. Drum roll, please. And here it is. It's the Sacai Blazer, the Nike X Sacai Blazer in the Snow Beach colorway. Literally the least liked colorway of all 4 colorways for most people.
Ketchup mustard.
McDonald's. But for me, it's my favorite colorway. I just love the polarizing yellow and the red navy hits. And then on top of that, the design is just crazy. Multi-layering, over-layered heel of the midsole, the multi-layer on the front of the midsole. Then you have the double laces. It's the dunk and the blazer combined together, so you can see their eyelets for the 2 different shoes. The double tongue unfinished. There's no shoe I know of from Nike that comes already double laced, and I'm glad they did that because it's so annoying to unlace these. But one of the main things, they did a bang up job with the leather quality, or just the quality of materials in general. You don't normally get this kind of quality on a blazer, or even maybe on some dunks, but not most dunks. You don't really get this kind of quality. Like you can see the inner lining, the leather is super plush, same with the leather on the toe, and this is just a really well-built shoe and well-executed
well constructed, well designed.
And
so if I was
so
Ronald
unique.
McDonald, this would be my shoe of choice. They should have called these the Ronald McDonald's. Sacai we'll talk further.
Shout out to everybody who made this shoe.
True.
All right, that's my top 1.
This is my last in hand for sneakers that I copped. This is the black reflective Static Black reflectives on the Black Friday restock.
350 V2s.
The 350 V2s. Everyone loves this. It's easy, casual. Black goes with everything. Super comfortable. You guys already know how the V2s are by now. Limited. One of those sought after shoes. My favorite of the reflective simply because they really stayed true to it being reflective. Even at the naked eye, you can see the prime knit 3M that's shining through.
Yeah,
the
you
prime
can see
knit,
the little salt and peppers.
yeah, as well as on the laces. It really shines as well with the reflective really having that contrast with the black. So yeah, this was a top cop for me and I copped on Yeezy Supply.
There it is.
So that was my 5 sneakers that I showed you in hand.
Those are the ones she had in hand. She still has more to talk about. And so we're going to continue on and we're just going to talk about our other top purchases this year, like sneakers or streetwear related.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I'm going to move on to my next one. And my next one is the the OVO Murakami collab, obviously. We love Murakami, we love his work.
Shout out to Takashi.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to buy something from OVO. I had this, but I hadn't bought anything. This is OVO Jordan collab, but I haven't bought anything since then. This came out several years ago, so I was like, oh, you know what? This is the perfect time to buy something OVO related, and because it's such a nice material, nice quality. OVO Murakami did very good stuff on this collab and the previous collab, and so finally now I have an OVO hoodie with the Murakami flower that's part of the OVO owl, and I just think this is such a unique, it's a simple touch, but it's so unique that it's the OVO owl and they just put the flower head on the owl's head.
Yeah, I agree. They did a really good job on this release, and you can really see the quality shine through, so I really love when companies put out good quality product. Of course you're paying a premium for it, but you do get that it does reflect in what you end up getting. Really dope in terms of the patchwork quality. The embroidery is really on point. A nice warm piece for the winter, so I really like this. I had to cop this for myself as well.
Oh yeah, she copped too.
So recommend. So yeah, shout out to OVO Murakami. Actually, we talked about this briefly. Actually, no, we had a full review about this. I copped. This is the BFF cause. It's one of those.
They had a raffle for these.
Yeah, I won the raffle.
There are only two official places that sell cause. Yeah, cause1.com and Ding Dong Taku Haibin.
And Ding Dong Taku Haibin.
Takubin.
Oh yeah, Takubin. Oh yeah, we realized because we use that service in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is that collectible. 1994. It's my birth year, so it ended up being my lucky one for me.
Yeah. What is it? What are the chances?
I've kept her until this day, and it means a lot to me that I've copped. I love Cause. I've yet to visit his actual installations in person, but I hope to one day, and I'm glad to be an owner of this baby right here.
One of 3,000?
One of 3,000, so it's quite limited, and yeah, that's her.
There it is.
The BFF companion is what
the Cause BFF companion plush.
So I'm just gonna put her back in her home, so
peace.
So
good to see you.
Bye guys. A collectible, it's a plushie.
So I don't have anything else to show in hand, but another collab that was one of my top is Kith X Mastermind. I got the Kith X Mastermind tee. Maybe I'll put up a picture.
Ooh, yeah,
and I'll show you guys what it is. Yeah, I think that was one of Mastermind's best collabs, hands down. They're a lot of their products are very simple, they're very plain. Usually the only type of design they have on there is their Mastermind skull and bones, and they charge arm and a leg for it. I love Mastermind, but I've never been willing to pay those prices because obviously it's too expensive for a piece of clothing. With Kith Mastermind, it was still a little pricey, but I could justify it a little more because there was a lot more detail to it. It had I got the tee, so it had the Kith logo and the Mastermind logo on the back. It was floral. It had this floral pattern going all throughout it, and it was very thick, very good quality. On top of that, it had like a little tape going down, kind of like a drawstring with gold skull and bones and Kith logos. Yeah, Kith box logos. It was really sick.
Yeah, it was a dope piece. Yeah.
So I think they executed really well on that collab. Still a little on the pricey side, but it was worth it for me.
So one of them, you've actually seen a video. Pix did a full. We did an in-hand review. The Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Cactus Jack. I won a raffle at the Jordan store. So quick shout out to that video and that cop of the year. That was a great cop for me. Staple shoe. You've already seen it before. Another cop that I'm probably the best cop that I've had this year is the Off-White MCA Air Force One. Super limited release. It was actually a complete fluke because it was an awesome day for us in Toronto because we happened to win our first championship ever. It was game day. It was 3 a.m. They dropped randomly on Off-White, and
we were coming back from Yonge and Dundas.
We were right in the heart of
downtown.
Yeah, the heart of it. It was like literally a zoo in the city, and we were just out there celebrating. We came back, winded down, and it was super late. And that's when they decided to drop. I went right on it. I tried to cut my size, albeit they changed up the size on the kid when it came back to me, but
to their loss because that was a better size to sell since neither of them were her size, so it didn't really matter.
That's true. I think that was the smallest possible size you could get, if I'm not mistaken, on Off-White. I think that was the smallest size they had.
The one that you got.
Yeah,
like the one that you bought.
The one I managed to get, the 6. It was size 6. That's the smallest size you can get on Off-White's website.
That's still too big for her.
Yeah, because I'm actually a 5 in Nike, but still, like I thought maybe I could get away with it. But however, it was like a dope cop. I really was lucky and fortunate enough to have been able to cop. So that one I'm super proud of. Oh, my last one is the honorable mention. I really, really like this shoe. We were talking about Clot earlier, and Clot has been killing it with these recent Air Force Ones that they've been dropping. The fact that you can kind of peel out the silk and it shows a design underneath. So Clot did not only a collab with Nike, but they had Fragment do a black silk and red leather design underneath with the Fragment logo.
Was it still leather? Was it leather underneath?
Yeah, I think it was the leather. Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
leather underneath.
She was close to copying, so that's why it's an honorable mention.
Yeah, honorable mention because I basically copped it, but PayPal wanted to have me check if it's a legit transaction and they wanted me to authorize it, so I took the L.
It's also known as not counting as a cop, but it's okay.
Basically is one that stings more because you almost copped a dope design. I know it's a bit pricey, but to be able to get it off possibly...
No, I would have copped, yeah. It's pricey if you pay resale.
To possibly be able to get it on retail on the Juice Store website would have been really nice, but yeah.
There it is, guys. So
let us know what you guys copped that you were really proud of this year. Let us know in the comments.
Know. Exactly. What are your top sneaker purchases too, or streetwear purchases or anything?
Yeah.
Let us know. If you like the video, feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to keep up with the Pix fam. And with that being said, catch you later.
In 2020.
In 2020. Pixelated NP.
Alright. Out.